to my YouTube channel, and today we'll be designing a notification system. This question we'll be designing in two perspectives. First is if you want to build a system third-party service where you can send notification for different clients. So you will be able to do this after this design. Second, we'll also see if this question is asked in an interview, then how you are gonna answer it. So this question has been asked in many of the top product-based companies like Microsoft, Angel One, Amazon, Uber, Flipkart, and many more. So this is a very famous question. Let's come up with the solution now. So before starting the design part, let's clear our functional and non-functional requirements. So I have taken a variety of functional requirements. Mostly in interviews, you won't see these many requirements. But since we are also designing for a third party service where you can scale and use in real life, we'll see these many requirements. So first is this will be a third party notification service. Second, user will be able to send multiple type of notification. It include SMS, WhatsApp, email, also push notifications if you want on Android, iOS, and many more. We can scale it. We'll make a scalable system. We will also allow user to send some priority notifications. By priority notifications, I mean, let's suppose we want to send OTPs. OTPs shouldn't be sent in an asynchronous way, like we hit the event and forgot, like it can come after any point of time. No, OTP is required to be sent immediately, as fast as possible. So that are priority notifications. Also, if someone want to schedule a notification, like this notification should be sent at this particular point only, so that we can do. And on scale perspective, if user want to send one notification a day or 20 million notifications a day or maybe more, so that system can handle. Also, let's suppose I am a user using a third-party notification service and I send them an event like send this WhatsApp notification. As soon as this notification is sent, I want to know, yes, it was sent or it was not sent. There was an error. So I should know. So how we gonna do it? So this is very, very important part. Many people don't tell you this. So we're gonna know that how this is worked in across industry. Okay, so now comes to non-functional requirement. So if you want to scale to other types of notification system, it can. Our system should be highly available and scalable. Plus, we'll make sure that our notification not sent twice or more than once. Now comes up with a very brute force design, you can say. So we'll have a API gateway where we'll be hitting a notification service and we'll saving that data in a DB, and that notification service will send that notification to end user. But it is not scalable, not a good design, not at all. So how we can scale? Let's think upon that. So let's start dividing things. As you know that for sending an email, you need an SMTP server. Similarly, for SMS notifications, you need some service providers, and same goes with WhatsApp and push notifications. So there are third-party services which are responsible for sending one type of notifications. So if we somehow we can segregate these things, it will be very, very helpful. Also, we can scale our database, our servers. So let's see what a scalable design will look like and how that design will fulfill all our functional and non-functional requirement. So this is what design I came up with. First of all, starting with a load balancer. This is a load balancer API gateway plus a rate limiter. So we need rate limiting here because someone can bombard your service with many requests and make your resources drain. So we don't want that. So we can create a rate limiter here to limit number of requests receiving. So many algorithms are there for rate limiting. I'll cover that in some other video in future. But yes, now comes to notification service. So we have scaled it to multiple instance. Same with our DB. So we have used master slave architecture here, and we have used SQL DB. I'll let you know why. Then between a DB, I've also used a Redis cache. And so this because we can cache some of the data of this DB. So because reading DB every time can be expensive. Now, as we mentioned, we have divided our system in different type of notification servers. So what we can do is we can create as soon as we get a request of uh, send notification for this in our notification server, what we'll do is based on the type of notification, we'll send messages in three different type of queues. First of all, we'll save the data in DB, then we'll send these messages in different type of queues. Okay, and this will be consumed by respective consumers, which can also be independently scaled upon basis based upon their requirement. Also, this will allow us to do some kind of retries. Like if there is some failure while sending that notification, we can do some retries. So this will be very helpful for our system. So now let's see what were the requirements and what we have done. So third party service user is eligible for sending multiple notifications. Now comes up with the priority notifications, how we can do that. So for priority notifications, what I have made is I've made three different queues here. So based on every type of notification, we can have a priority queue of that. So this priority queue will be consumed by priority consumers, and these consumers will send that notification. While sending message to this priority queue, we have to be sure that we don't bombard this queue with many messages, because otherwise it will behave like this normal queues only. So priority queue is for just priority notifications. Now we see that do what happens if there is any failure. Like one there was one request for sending this SMS, but after some retries, it was not sent. So what we can do is we can save that message in our dead letter queue. So I will tell you what dead letter is, what dead lettering is in some other video when we covering what queues are, how internally queues work. So we can create some dead letter queues. So this dead letter queue will have messages which are not been successful. So in future we can come and let's suppose some your SMS client which you was using provider that was down that period of time. So all messages went to dead letter queue. So you can come and reprocess these messages, or you can come and see which were the messages which were not processed. So you can come and reprocess and send these messages from this queue again to the normal queue so that it can be consumed. So this is what dead letter queue is. So and now we can now you can say that this dead letter queue every queue will have it. So I will say that no, we don't need, like there is some priority notifications. We don't need for like OTP service. So we really need to save this dead letter queue, have this dead letter queue for OTP? uh, I don't think so, because if we were not able to send out this OTP, user don't want it in future because this OTP might have expired. So we don't really need dead lettering here. Similarly, for email and WhatsApp also. So I will not keep this dead letter queue. Or maybe if we want, we can create some P0 like priority, different priority queues also, like P0 and P1. So for P1 we will have in dead letters, but for P0 we will not. So that can be also done if we want to scale. That really depends upon the use cases. Different people can have different use cases. Now comes up with the priority notifications done. Now we can have this. How can we schedule some notifications? So yeah. So before telling how we can schedule, let come up with the DB design. So this is a DB design which I have come up with. we will having a primary table, which is a notification table. It will have a notification ID, some type, template ID, content, sender details, what is its status, is it was scheduled and when. I will tell what this callback URL is. We can have error reasons also. So many things can have. Now we will also have one this schedule table where we will be having which notification is to be scheduled at which period of time. So what we can do is we can have a cron server which will be hitting this schedule table every second and see if there is any notification which is not started. So we can pick that ID and push it in the queue. So the flow will be like if we want to schedule some notification, user get a request in the notification service. It will create a enter in SQL DB plus notification schedule table, but it won't send that message in the queue. So when the time period will be there, this cron server will pick up at that particular time which notification has to be sent. It will pick up and then send it to the respective queue. But for normal notification, this notification service will create entry in this table and do some major validations and send those requests to the particular queues. So like this, we can have our notification scheduler. And if you want to learn about other job schedulers, you can watch my previous video. I will mention the link in the description below. You can go through that. Now, if we see a sixth requirement, when user will know when it is processed, how user will know. Like, let's suppose you are a user, you want to send one what email to any person, and you want to know that was that email sent or not, is there were any error or not. So what we can do is we can provide this callback URL when we are when we are creating we are hitting this notification service. We'll also provide one callback URL. So what this consumer will do, like if it is success, it will hit this callback URL and send some status in it in the body like success, true, and that type of. And if it is not, so we'll again like we are doing retries. So let's suppose there are 5 retries. So in the fifth retry, when we are not sending, we were not able to send this notification, we'll call this callback URL with the status false, and also we'll provide error reasons in that response. So we can easily do that. Plus, in that case, when callback URLs are there, we don't need that lettering because we don't want to retry it in future, because we have already told user that it was not processed. If he wants, he can send us another event of another request for sending this notification. So like this, we can do it. Now comes to the part like what template is. This was not mentioned in a requirement what template is. So as I mentioned that I wanted to design this system in a way that you can use if you want to create this type of system in real world third party service. So you can. So what is template like? Every notification has some set of template. So what we'll do is like if we want to send an email, so we'll let user know what template we have for the email services. We can also have one notification type here, like what type of template it is. Also, this data will have the placeholder. So this data will have that placeholder which we want to send. Like it can something be like um, hello and some person name like this. So we can have some things like this, and this person name is the placeholder. So if we want to mention like uh, and maybe uh, and we can here mention uh, body data, like something like that. So what we expect we can have this data in this template, and in response content it will be a JSON. So what we expect is user will send the values of these placeholders, and we'll just replace these placeholders, and that will form our response message, or you can say the content uh, uh, of our notification, or email in this case. So like this, we can have templates. We can also have one uh, row inside this, uh, based on like which type of notification. We can also have one column like uh, notification type. So this template is of which notification type, like email, SMS, and that. So we can tell user to, we can expose an API where we'll let user know what all templates we have and how it is shown. So that also we can do. Like we can also have one uh, an image URL where we'll show that what uh, uh, where we can show that how your notification will look like, and this data we can tell user that what are the placeholders which you have to give us. So yeah, so like this we can create our notification service. If we go and see that we have covered all the functional requirements, now comes up if we want to scale it very high scalable system, like more than 20 million. So what else we can do? Um, so what else we can do is we can now comes to this queuing part. So we can have some advanced queuing mechanism, like we can use maybe Kafka, which is very highly scalable. I will create some other video explaining how Kafka really works internally, why it is so much scalable and used in the industry so much. But maybe next time. So yeah, this was it for notification service. And if you answer this much in an interview, I am very sure that you will be selected. Plus, this can be implemented in real world. So if you like this video, please do like my video, and give a thumbs up. Comment if you need other videos, what type of node services you want me to build. So I'll be posting that too. And yeah, do subscribe my channel for such more videos. Thank you so much.